Hey guys, we're starting on section 2, animal-like protist. Again, I cannot stress enough that there is a lot of information in protist, so you've got to keep up with the reading. You should have already read section 1 yesterday, and then tonight you need to read section 2. Section 2 is a little longer, so you might not get through all of it, but at least some of it. At least get through what we're doing on the notes, okay? So this is section 2, and this will be like the animal-like protists. Yesterday you learned that protists come in a very different, it's everything that doesn't fit into the different categories. There's animal-like protists, plant-like protists, and then algae-like protists, or fungi-like protists. So we're just going to start with animal-like protists. These are the questions we're going to talk about. You don't have to write that down. All right, so the first one, hold on, let me get you set up. All right, animal-like protist. These represent the largest number of species in the kingdom of Protista. The domain is Eukarya. The kingdom is Protista. Okay? Remember, domain is first, then kingdom, right? Like animals, these organisms can move around, consume other organisms, and their cells lack chloroplast, just like ours. They're not plants, aren't plant-like. These organisms are unicellular, while animals are multicellular. These organisms are also called protozoa, or if it's just one, it's protozoan. Okay, so we're going to talk about that a lot. All right, organisms within the phylum Zoomastigophora are animal-like protists that have one or more flagella at some point in their life. Okay, so more than 2,000 zoophagellites exist. Okay, so that's where the Zoomastigophora, I don't know how to say that, I'm sorry. I know how to say zooflagellites right here. Zooflagellites. Think of zoo as animal-likes, right? Okay, so the phylum, remember it's kingdom, it's domain, kingdom, family and all that, but phylum is a different group. It's a phylum is one of the little orders or one of the little categories. All right. All free living zooflagellites are heterotrophs. What does a heterotroph mean? That means that they have to get their food and make it. Remember, they don't have chloroplast. We just said that because these are animal-like. Some animal-like, not animals. Some eat prokaryotes because remember, these are eukaryotes. So some eat prokaryotes that feed on dissolved organic matter. Some are parasites. That means they basically get their nutrients from somewhere else. Some live inside other organisms in a symbiotic relationship. Remember, symbiotic means that they depend on somebody else or there's a relationship. For example, termites cannot digest the wood they eat without their symbiotic zoophagellites. Think of how small these are. A termite is tiny, or it's like an ant size, and then they have zoophagellites inside of them to help digest the wood. That's crazy. Okay. Giardia lamblia causes an illness called giardiasis. Giardiasis. I don't know how to pronounce that either, but I know what giardia is. It's severe diarrhea and intestinal cramps. When I was in college, one of my favorite professors used to take all these camping trips and everything because she was studying plants, and she got giardia, and it doesn't really ever go away. It was horrible. So that's an example of it. So it's basically an animal-like thing in your digestive tract. Okay, cattle, beavers, and several other animals carry the parasite and contaminate water with their feces. And then if you drink that water, then you have Giardia. That's how she got it, because she was drinking water in a river in Texas. All right, Giardia right there is the protozoan, is caused by the protozoan, and then you can see a picture of it. Hikers and people who are likely to drink this contaminated water, remember with the fecal material in it, are susceptible to giardiasis. I don't know. Thousands of cases occur annually in the U.S. The disease is not usually fatal, and drugs aid recovery. Drinking bottled water prevents giardia. You can also get a special straw, basically, that's that siphons out or filters out all those things. It's like the Life Straw, I think it's called. And there's also kind of kits that you can get that filter out everything. She had a really hard time getting over this. Zoomastogophorians in the phylum Trypanosoma are also animal parasites. Remember, a parasite basically lives off somebody else. I always said that my kids are parasites. When you're pregnant, basically a baby is kind of like a parasite. They get all your nutrients and all that. So babies kind of are parasites when you're pregnant. They live in the blood of fish, amphibians, reptiles, birds, and mammals. So these trypanosomas are animal parasites, and they live in the blood of all these. And they are carried by blood-sucking insects. Like leeches, mosquitoes. Okay. Two species of Trypanosoma cause sleeping sickness. So these are the two right here. I'm not even going to try to pronounce those. I've made a fool of myself already. The first one is tsetse fly, which lives in Africa, and it transmits the disease. It's also called African sleeping sickness. It's characterized by increasing fever, lethargy. That means you're really, really tired. Mental deterioration. That means that your brain is not functioning anymore. And a coma. So this is pretty serious. And that's why it's called a sleeping sickness, because you go into a coma. Okay. So the tsetse fly, that's a picture of it right there, is in Africa. All right. Mastogophorian. This is Trichomonas vaginalis, is responsible for the STD trichomonas. This is actually a parasite that lives in like the vagina. That's why it's called Trichomonas vaginalis. It's a parasite. It does not survive outside of the body. Trichomonas is one of the most common STDs. If we looked at the information right now, that would be one of the highest ones. And you can see it right there. Okay, so this isn't a good one. All right, many people do not have symptoms when they're infected with trichomonas, and that's how you spread it, because someone might not know that they have it, and then they have unprotected sex. Symptoms include discolored discharge, genital itching, and the urge to urinate. All right, Cryptosoda Chagas. I know it's Chagas. Is characterized by diarrhea and most often caused by the Cryptosporidium parvum. It's a zooflagellite that lives on the surface of the cells lining the small intestine, and it's carried by the reduvid bug. This is like a microscope, microscope picture, so it's like enlarged. So I didn't mean to go so far. Oh, hold on. Whoa. God, what did I do? Whoa. I do just skip through everything? Hold on. Stand by. Golly. Where did I go? Oh, now I'm going the wrong way. Golly. It's been a long time. Alright, well, while you're waiting for me to catch up. Alright, here we go. Alright, so Cryptosporidium. Okay, this is a zooflagellite that lives on the surface of the cells lining the small intestine. Remember this? Oh, well, you probably don't. We didn't talk about this. The small intestine is your bowel. Okay, so this is where your poop and stuff is. All right, the stage called oocyst can pass in the feces from an infected animal to humans. The outer shell protects the parasite, allowing it to survive for long periods and making it resistant to chlorine disinfectants. Chlorine disinfectants is like bleach. I mean, if bleach can't kill it, good luck. It's usually not fatal, but can be dangerous to people with immune disorders. So cryptosporidium, usually it's easy for people who have immune disorders like AIDS or HIV, chemo, and all that kind of stuff. And that's what you're seeing right there is one of the side effects. All right, so when we're talking about Zoomagophia, the common name is zooflagellates. It's single-celled, and it has at least one or more flagella at some point in their life. Their motility is a flagella. That motility means how they move. The nutrition type is heterotrophs, and one of the ones we talked about was Giardia. All right. So phylum Sardonia, consisting of the amoebas. That word is amoebas. Okay, and the Foraminifera can easily change shape as they move. So that means that their form basically can change shape as they turn. Amoebas, that's spelled wrong, are very flexible and form pseudopods to move. That means kind of like feet, but they're pseudo, so it means that they're not really feet. Pseudopods are temporary extensions of the cytoplasm that helps the protozoan move and feed. So like these little extensions right here are pseudopods, and they kind of act like feet to help them move. Okay? All right, here's a picture of one moving. Oh, that's so cool. It's like one of those things that you turn with your, and you're looking through it and you turn it. One of those things, prism kind of thing. Oh, that's so cool. Okay, so all of these extensions right here and these right here that are moving, those are pseudopods. And you can see how he's moving. It looks like a cloud, but prettier. Okay. Amoebas feed by surrounding the food with a pseudopodia and trapping the food in a vesicle. So what they do is basically surround it and then grab it and enter it into their body in a vesicle. These organisms release enzymes to digest the food trapped in a vesicle. Remember, a vesicle is like a vehicle. It has things in it. So the food would be trapped in a vehicle, like a vesicle, and then the body would have enzymes that are going to digest the food. Sorry, my dog's barking. So what you're watching here is an amoeba with pseudopods. Pseudo means fake. So like basically fake feet that can move. I guess we're just going to sit here and watch it. It's pretty cool though. Right there, that's the food that they were able to capture. It's in a vesicle, and then the things around it are going to digest it and be able to eat it. That's what we're watching. Oh, do you see that go swim by? Yeah. And look, it's digesting it. You don't even see it anymore. Okay. We'll save this for tomorrow or the next day. All right. Oops. God, I'm having some serious trouble today. All right. I'm stopping. Okay. Bye, y'all.